Okay, firstly, right, as a DJ for like 15 years, DJing is literally my job, right?
Yeah.
From the time when I was like resident at Zouk. Even before that, I was resident at Canvas. Now it's called Iki Singapore. Yeah. So I've been just DJing my whole entire adult working life. And for me to realize that music is actually an accompaniment to the social setting, you know. It's something that, it's such a hard fact to accept, but it is a fact. And thinking back to the early days when hip hop DJing was invented, like, I mean, DJing comes from hip hop, right? When guys were like mixing breaks and looping the breaks for the break dancers to dance. You know, it is a very like background behind the scenes thing. You know, back in the day, nobody wants to be a DJ because you'll be that nerd at the corner, just like obsessing over music and playing music. Hopefully people will dance without noticing that he's even there and get on with their social obligations, get together and party and hang out. And slowly, boiler room kind of like glorify the DJ. Everybody's like surrounding the DJ. And now everybody wants to be a DJ, you know. But realistically, the DJ is not really doing much. Then slowly, I guess nowadays, right, people start to realize actually the DJ is not doing much. Then clubbing is like also slowly going on a downhill. Don't you agree?
Well, there's a lot in there. So, what do I think? I think we think about this a lot in general because it's important for like, I think for me, I'm like a fan first. So maybe I'll answer it that way. So I'm a fan first of music. So I got into DJing by accident. So I basically DJ my record collection. So I'm not there to entertain people as such. And
you're a collector first.
A collector first. And if I look at the DJs that I love, so here's maybe the thing that I love. There's a Chilean DJ who's quite famous, like a guy called Ricardo Villalobos. So when me and my friends were starting to go out, let's say Fabric in London. It'll be him. So it'll be Ricardo and Richie Horton. But they were very different. So Richie Horton was like all about having the custom mixers and all the electronics and like all the high tech stuff, like firing his Ableton and stuff like that. And then Ricardo would just play mainly vinyl and then some CDs. So I really liked him, like Ricardo, because he was more like, you could just see he's having a good time. He just wants to put on records that make him excited. So like, I thought that was a really pure experience because you get to see someone who is like, this is just a great record that I love. This is going to go off and I want to hear this record. And I love DJs like that because they're entertaining themselves. And then through the process of, because they are trusted by the audience to kind of take them on a journey.
Right.
So I like DJs like that. And the DJs that I like are the ones that, like, if you looked at some of the old clubs, so I really like looking at old, like, club history. Like, actually, DJs used to be in the corner. You never used to know where they are.
Correct.
And the dance floor was the main thing.
Yes.
And then the dancers were there, and the dancers didn't know who the DJs were. They didn't know which remixes there were. No track ID, and then no personalities. And actually, the DJs were kind of treated quite poorly by the venues.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like the dancing and like the quality of the music was more important. And then like I think in New York, like Paradise Garage, that kind of era, that's when the DJs started getting a bit more notoriety. But then also that's when it started mixing up in like culture, like fashion culture and celebrity culture, stuff like that. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just different. So that's how I see it. It's just different. But I would rather listen to a really solid DJ with kind of no name that I like than go and pay a bunch of money to go and see someone who's happened to have made like a famous track. But that's why I think it gets a bit dangerous, is that the great DJs know how to set the scene and make the party great and then like change the atmosphere, and it's not like pre-planned sets.
Yep.
So
it can't be, man. So difficult. Yeah.
No. And it's not about them, but it is about them like guiding you around music you haven't heard before. And that, I think that's maybe the difference for me around professional DJ. A professional DJ is not there to entertain you. A professional DJ is there to show you music you haven't and put it in a context like a curator, then in a context you've never heard. There's another DJ I love called Cassie, so Cassy. So she's spent a lot of time in London. Then she moved to Berlin. So she was playing like lots of like broken beat records with house and used to play these epically long sets at Panorama Bar, but she really knows music. So she'll be like, you might not think these two genres fit together, but I do. And so she'll go and mix stuff. And so I think that's, I don't know, that's what I think for me, like what DJs should be doing.